So I'm like, okay, it looks like it's somewhat related to that. It's not. For some spoiler alert, no, nope. Welcome back to Dramatic Evaluation. In this video, we're going to be going over what I've been watching in the month of October 2025. I'll talk about the movies first and then the shows as we do. I'm not going to do a whole bunch of preamble. These always go real long, so we're getting right into it. All right, watched a decent amount of stuff here, so I'm just going to kind of run through these real quick. I watched The Naked Gun on Paramount Plus. I'd heard first when this is coming out, it's like, oh, what are you doing? How are you going to remake that or whatever? Technically, it's kind of like a sequel, fourth movie in the franchise. I then heard it was like, oh, it was good. It was funny. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll check this out. Not really, dude. It was all right. It wasn't terrible or like super cringe, but certainly had some cringe. I don't know, man. It was fine if you want to watch a comedy, but like since they like don't make comedies anymore, comedies aren't a thing anymore, so it's rare that a comedy movie comes out, and especially this style of comedy, this slapstick crazy comedy. So, if you want to check it out, go for it. It was not rated super high by me. Fight or Flight with what's his name? Josh Hartnett. Dude's on it. I think I watched this on Stars, maybe. I'll have to look now. That's annoying. This movie was kind of fun. It was Josh Hartnett on a plane beating people up, pretty much. I honestly don't even remember the premise of this movie, like the plot. It was whatever, dude. I just woke up. My eyes are probably all puffy. Brain doesn't work. So this is going to be a great informative video for you guys. Play Dirty. I watched this on Amazon Prime. This was a Shane Black movie. Shane Black of Predator fame, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, movies like this. Excellent track record of excellent filmmaker. And this is his newest movie with Mark Wahlberg and others. There's more people in it. But pretty good action movie. Honestly, like when I saw the promo thing for this come out on Prime, it looked cheesy and dumb, and I was like, yeah, I'm not watching that. And then I heard an interview on a podcast with Shane Black talking about it. I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know he was involved, and like the way they were talking about it was like, wow, this actually sounds like it might be entertaining. Gave it a watch. It was actually pretty good. Definitely, if you have Prime, check that one out. It was a fun movie. The Lost Bus on Apple TV Plus. As we know, Apple TV Plus, 10 for 10 hit rate quality. So obviously it was well done. It was good. Matthew McConaughey. It's a true story of this dude driving a bus full of kids trying to get out of the fires in Paradise, California a few years ago. And it's pretty crazy, like how it all goes down and what happens and his kind of heroic efforts to help save the kids and try to get out of the situation. It was a pretty good movie. Okay, The Karate Kid. So both Karate Kid Legends and then on Netflix, and then Karate Kid, the one with Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan. Put them both up here and talk about this at the same time. So I wanted to watch Karate Kid Legends because of loving Cobra Kai, and then Daniel's in it. So I'm like, okay, it looks like it's somewhat related to that. It's not. For some spoiler alert, nope. You don't have to have seen Cobra Kai at all, other than a 30-second cameo from one character at the very end of the movie that ultimately it doesn't matter, so you still don't need to have seen Cobra Kai. Really doesn't matter. Super frustratingly annoying that it wasn't related to the show or continuation or anything having to do with the show at all. Pretty dumb. The first one, though, the Jaden Smith movie, I just never saw this one because I thought it was just dumb. I was like, why are they remaking this and doing this with these people? Like, I thought it was a remake of Karate Kid. It's not. It's like its own separate story. Jackie Chan isn't Mr. Miyagi. He's a different character. I didn't even know that. And I watched it, and it's freaking good, man. I was shocked. How good that movie is. It's legit. It's a solid movie. Definitely recommend it. Check it out. If you like the Karate Kid and that type of a drama of a kid learning, overcoming the odds to rise up against his bully and, fight in a tournament and that kind of stuff. Like, man, I enjoyed it. It was freaking good. The Luckiest Man in America. This is Paul Walter Hauser. This is based on a true story where a guy goes on not The Price is Right. Oh my God. gosh, I don't know. Who cares, right? Some game show, and it isn't cheating. They're idiots, and they like have this like pattern where you tell it to stop, and it like either you get screwed or you like win money and then get to keep going and going. And he just memorized the light pattern because they're idiots and they only had like 4 patterns. And so he loved the show, watched it all the time, and memorized it. And so he just kept hitting it, making money. And they're like, "Oh no, what do we do? Like he's cheating." It's like, "No, he's not. He's just you're dumb. You didn't program enough different sequences into the game to like confuse people." And I feel like more people should have caught on to that than just this one guy. But it was pretty good. Good actors, good kind of fun story, and like how are they going to deal with the situation and whatnot. And yeah, that was pretty good. That was on Prime. Vicious on Paramount Plus. I love Dakota Fanning. I love horror, so this was a no-brainer. Let's watch this. This just came out. Nah, dude, not good. Just one of these movies that's like nothing's real and it's all like fantastical dream, like, oh no, I see this thing, and it's like, oh, but it's like not in the room though. And like, just I hate that stuff, dude. Have a story happen. This is why I like slashers are my favorite type of horror, because it's just real and straightforward, and there's a guy killing people and this stuff is happening. I don't like dream sequences. I don't like stuff that's like being imagined. I don't like your brain being messed with and you think of things there, but then it's not. Like, this is why I don't really care for like paranormal stuff usually. Some is okay. Like Conjuring movies are pretty good, but like, just, I'm not into that, dude. Just have a thing happen. Give me a story. Tell me a story. Have something cool happen and have it be real. I just don't care for the fantastical element, and that's what this movie was, and so I was over it. The Wild on Prime. Can skip right past this one. Trash, terrible, whack, pathetic. A character that was in it broke the record for most unlikable, obnoxious characters of all time in anything that I've ever seen. Combo of the actor and the character together, but mostly the character. It's, you know, when you watch something, you want to punch a character in the head, and you're like, get this person out of here. Especially if it's a horror, you're like begging for their death. You can't wait for their death because they're just a piece of trash or an idiot or annoying or whatever. That was this times 25, and well, I won't say what happens, but like, don't watch this movie. I don't watch this movie, so I won't spoil it, but like, also don't watch it. So I guess you'll never know. But unwatchable because of this character. That's what I'll say. Among other things, it sucked. It was just a crap movie. How to Train Your Dragon. I watched this on Peacock. Pretty good. This is just a like shot-for-shot remake, essentially, of the animated version. So it's just another one of these movies where they're doing a live-action version of an animated movie. And I liked the animated one, so yeah, I liked this one. I thought they did a good job with the live action. It's funny because most of it's quote-unquote animated because it's all CGI because all the dragons and the set like design and stuff, like, so it's kind of half live action, but that's the kind of weirdest part of that to me, like, why are you making this movie? But it was good, the actors were good, and yeah, it was just a fun, enjoyable kind of adventure movie. Cobweb on Netflix. This was a pretty solid horror movie where a kid starts hearing voices like in the wall, and he's like, and then his parents are starting to like be weirdos and freak him out, and then he's kind of like, my parents like put someone in the wall, like what the heck, like, and he's like trying to see if he needs to like help this person out, and then it all kind of turns into something else, and it was great, dude. This movie was really good. If you like horror movies, it was well done, just a well-made, well-produced movie with good actors. Lizzie Kaplan is the mom. The dad, I can't remember his name, but it's the guy who plays Homelander from The Boys. And so, yeah, they just did a good job, and it was a great little horror movie that I had never even heard of. So, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, the remake, I guess, of that movie, or reimagining or whatever. I watched this on Hulu. I watched this because Mary Elizabeth Winstead is in it, and Micah Monroe, who is just a horror queen at this point. She's in so many horror movies. Longlegs, The Watcher, It Follows, a bunch of other movies. This was okay. It was kind of like a slow burn drama. Weirdo nanny takes over or goes and works for this couple, and then is just kind of like doing weird stuff, and the mom's like starting to suspect her of doing harmful things or being a weirdo, and then it just kind of escalates, and gets pretty gnarly at the end. But yeah, it was decent. They did a decent job with that movie. She Rides Shotgun, Taron Egerton, one of my favorite actors. This movie is incredibly good. The girl, so he takes his daughter, I don't want to spoil the plot, but or what, like whatever, but like it's him on the road with his daughter because they're kind of like escaping or leaving a situation, and he's on the run, and cops are like trying to track him down and stuff. The girl who plays his daughter is very good, little child actor, excellent, no cringe. Obviously, Taron Egerton is excellent. Everyone else that was in the movie were good. The writing was good. The music had this like 90s movie vibe to it. It just like made me feel like I was watching like a 90s movie. It was cool. And just the story was really good. The ending was sad but good. Yeah, man, I highly recommend that one. That was a rental. I paid for it on Amazon because it's a new movie, but super good. The Greatest Beer Run Ever on Apple TV Plus. Zac Efron. This is a true story. Loosely based on a true story, I'm sure. Where this guy goes over, his friends are in the Vietnam War in different areas, and he brings a duffel bag of beers over to Vietnam to find them all and to like give them a beer. And like every so like the first one he gets to, he's like, he finds one of the friends, and then he's in this like company with like 10 other people, and he's like, hey, I brought you a beer, and like hands out beers to everybody right there. Duffel bag gone. You don't have any more beers, man. Not possible. But yeah, he then goes on to the next place, does the same thing, like gives his friend a beer and like 10 other people beers. Okay, that at this point, surely the duffel bag is gone. And no, it's not a thing where it's like, well, he restocked it. No, the whole thing, his whole deal was Pabst Blue Ribbon. Oh, I brought you beers from New York. These are from New York. I brought these over from New York to you. Not possible, man. By the time you left the first guy, let alone the second and third, you don't have any more beer left. You just don't. And that duffel bag is just full. He's always got the freaking bag, and it's this like gigantic full bag on his back or carrying or whatever. And it's like, come on, man. So whatever. If you can get past the absolute unbelievability, apparently the true story is he brought cases of beer. So that's a whole different thing. You'd have to ship that. Like, I'm not sure what the real story was there, but what certainly didn't have it in a duffel bag like this. But it was all right. It was, mostly just kind of like a drama, a little bit of comedy in there, kind of, but mostly it's a drama, and this guy kind of like seeing what was going on in the war over there. And it was all right, not great, but not bad. The Elixir, sorry, don't know. It was like an Indian, a Hindi, whatever movie about zombies on Netflix. It was decent. Not much to say about it other than that. If you like horror movies, if you like zombie movies, there are some good foreign movies on Netflix, like from a bunch of different countries, and this is one of them. I think it's pretty decent. You can check that one out if you are into zombies. It's pretty good. Finch on Apple TV Plus with Tom Hanks. So just chipping away again, still at Apple TV Plus. I think this was my last one. I think I don't have any more movies queued up on Apple TV Plus, just a few shows. But Tom Hanks, in a kind of post-apocalyptic world, he builds a robot that he hangs out with. It's kind of like Castaway, but at least this one talks back to him. And, it was all right. It was drama. Not really a whole lot going on. And then it's kind of sad at the end. So, I don't know. It was fine, but it's a bit of a mood movie for sure. And then The Strangers Chapter 2. I might do a separate video on this. Maybe. We'll see. But maybe too much time will have passed and I'll forget everything like I do with movies. But, man, this was good. It was good. The first one, Chapter 1. So I love the Strangers movies in general. Strangers Pray at Night is in my top 5 horror movies of all time. Just everything about that movie, what they do with the music, the actors, and all the situations they're in, like just how it's all contained in that little kind of like trailer park camp thing. Like, love that movie. Strangers Chapter 1 started a trilogy that they're going to be doing. The first one was fine. It was okay. The girl from Riverdale, the name escapes me now. The red-haired girl. Her name is Madeline Pesh or something. But I can't remember the character's name now for some reason. But from Riverdale. But she's the lead in it, and she's she's good. She's a good actor. She really is a good actor. And that movie was kind of like it was all right. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like didn't blow me away. This one was better than the first one for sure. I enjoyed it. It was like kind of nonstop because like everything happened in the first one. So now she's like kind of like on the run from everything. Like you're not like there's not the slow burn of the first hour of the movie of setting stuff up of them going to town and getting into a house and nothing happening. Everything's already happened, so it's just kind of start to finish stuff going down. So that helped it out for sure, and it's set up for number 3 that I'm pretty stoked for now. After watching this one, it was solid. All right, and actually a big chunk of shows here. I watched a lot of shows in October apparently. Finally finished Dexter Resurrection. That was a slow watch, but got through that one and decent. I'd heard a lot of hate on this one, like it was stupid and sucked and they shouldn't have done it. There are some things that I didn't really like in it, but overall it was good. I enjoyed it, and I'm down that they just keep making new Dexter stuff. I'll keep watching it if they keep making it. Alice in Borderland 3, season 3. This is one of my favorite shows. I love this show. Was anticipating this one coming back. Unfortunately, pretty bummed out and let down by this season. So they built up these awesome characters in season 2, and I don't want to spoil what happens, but basically just they're not in season 3. There's only like the 2 leads in season 3, and then just new characters, and you're like, what? Like I don't know why they did that. And then, I mean, I guess if you watch the show, I don't know, I can't really explain it, so without spoiling it. It was just weird, and then the way that it ultimately ended was weird. I don't know. I heard that the manga is only the first 2 seasons, so this 3rd season they just like went on their own. So that kind of probably explains why they just wasn't up to par with what the main story was, but they just couldn't come up with something that good enough, I guess. I don't know, but it wasn't terrible, but I just wish it was better. Time Bandits on Apple TV Plus, pretty hilarious and good. It was like a comedy show. These people, Lisa Kudrow was kind of the leader of this band of time bandits that travel through time with this map. There's this like evil guy who like wants to get the map back from them, and so they're on the run. They come across this kid who's kind of the main character who like is ripped out of his life to like go run around with them through time. And it is funny, dude. It is Taika Waititi, I think, wrote or created this movie. Jermaine Clement is involved in it as well. So that's the type of comedy you're dealing with right there. You hear those names, you should know, some of the stuff they've done. And it's I was surprised it got canceled after 1 season. I was bummed about that, but that 1 season is contained enough to where you're not going to be, left hanging at the end really, and it's worth a watch. It was funny, entertaining. I really enjoyed that show. Monster, the Ed Gein story, I did a video about that. It was okay, but like, what are you doing with that voice? Ridiculous. Had some other complaints about it. It just wasn't what I wanted it to be. It was definitely the worst one. Dahmer and Menendez brothers were better than that one for sure. The Righteous Gemstones, I got through seasons 1, 2, and 3 this month, so I watched a ton of that. I love it. It is hilarious. I was very shocked. It's not what I thought it was going to be. It's far less the like religious stuff and much more like murder and drama and just crazy stuff like that happening. Very surprised. It's not what I was expecting at all. And it's great. I love it. It's good. I am in season 4 right now, in the middle of it, and I will say it's the worst season of all of them, and it's gone downhill. So that sucks. It's not that it's like terrible, but it just is like, I don't know, I'm like annoyed by a couple things they're doing, and I just very much enjoyed the first couple seasons a lot more than season 4, that's for sure. Daryl Dixon, season 3, finished that. Not much to talk about. I don't know, man. They think we want these like new stories with new characters and new things going on. No, man. If you're continuing a show, continue it. Okay? Get Daryl back. Obviously, that's the end game of this show is he's going to come back. It better be. The end game, I think, is him getting back to Alexandria, reunite with Rick and all them at the end of the show, which will be next, like season 4. But it's like, I don't care what you're doing in the meantime. It's not like they're not compelling enough stories. I just am going through the motions to get to the end with this show at this point. It sucks. Gen V season 2. This show's awesome. This is the offshoot of The Boys, and in my opinion, in some ways better than The Boys, straight up. And at the end of this one, it looks like there's going to be some crossover into The Boys. There is crossover already, like throughout the show, but like it looks like there's going to be major crossover with The Boys. So whether that's in this final season of The Boys that's going to be coming out, or in the next season of Gen V, like more of the Boys characters will be in there, but. Either way, like, so good, dude. They brought in this one actor to play kind of like the lead villain. He's from probably other stuff, but I know him from Midnight Mass on Netflix. He's a great actor. He's in that. He's great in this. Like, that was an awesome addition. And just solid. Solid, entertaining, gnarly, gory, and super not for children, but just good entertaining show. Alien Earth, rad horror vibe. They did it right with this one. Like the last movie, Alien Romulus, loved it. They got it right. The tone, the feeling, it felt like that old kind of, the last few movies just felt more futuristic. Alien Romulus brought it back to like the feeling of like the original 70s movie with the technology and the atmospheric vibe and tone and the music and stuff. They do that with this show on Hulu, and it is a hit, man. It hit for me. It was great. I love the actors and the characters. I love what they're doing with the whole kind of like hybrid or different types of like androids or cyborgs, or like it's a different kind of thing that they sort of introduce or deal with in this show. And then the aliens, there's some great action and horror stuff with the xenomorphs and the face huggers, and then like one or two new species I don't think that we've ever seen before, and it was great. And we'll end it there. There were a couple little odds and ends also that I watched, but nothing really worth talking about, little things or rewatches or whatever. But that's what I watched in October. Some good ones, some not so good ones, honestly. So yeah, please like the video, please subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, let me know if you watched any of those, if you liked them, if you disliked them, what you think. And if you got anything that you watched recently that you want to recommend for me to watch. Stay tuned. Until next time,